Chat, what was your first car? Let me know in the comments. You know, I heard people that drive electric vehicles, I heard their farts smell like latex. Let's get off into this.
To consider myself a hype beast or anything, but I bought into the hype of the electric cars finally. You know, everyone's like, oh, you're going to save money on gas. You get to beat the traffic. You know, it's so quick. These charging stations are out of control.
They're not that quick.
So I pulled into this charging station at 66%, okay? You know, I heard a fast charging station. 15 minutes. Let me tell you something. I'm at 89 now, and I've been here for almost 15, 16 minutes. Thank God my car is going to be ready to 100% in 40 fucking minutes. Not only that, $18.45 it's costing me. I could have went to a gas station, ate gas station food in their bathroom, came back, listened to a whole album, and still got to where I had to go quicker.
And you didn't look up any...
I mean, so true, dude. I think that's the thing for me. I drove a Tesla when I went back to Paris, to my hometown with Cass, because I was like, oh, this is cool. I don't have to put the miles on my car. This is nice. You know, we drove all the way to Fort Worth from Abilene. We get to the Buc-ee's there. Then we plug it up, and it takes literally an hour. I was like, wow. I have to add an extra hour to my drive, and maybe the electricity, the charge wasn't that expensive, but I still ended up paying like 40, 50 bucks in electricity when I was like, if I would have put 40 or 50 bucks in my tank, I would have had just as much gas and I probably could have got even further. So the wait time for me is something that was really annoying.
Whoever thinks that they want a Tesla, they don't. It's the worst mistake of my life. I've had it for like, I don't know, like a month or two. And I literally have to charge it at a charging station every single day because I don't have a charger at my house.
Okay, so well, that's another thing. You need to get the one installed at your crib. You need to get that.
Over it.
Again, I'm kind of repeating.
Yeah, see, you need the charging station at the crib. Like, you got to have that.
I regret buying my Tesla. Never thought I would say this, but it...
Brother, man, you got a whole key on your ear. You afraid you're going to lose your house keys?
Messed up today. The screen has stopped working. I will just have to send in for a service request and see what can be done.
So I've seen a lot of comments on...
Wow, he just has to sit there? You can't even do anything about that? That's brutal.
The F-150 Lightning, Wall Street Journal reported this week that Ford is likely going to cancel it. Ford has not communicated this. They have not confirmed this. But, you know, a story like that at Wall Street Journal is pretty well sourced. But boy, the electric truck didn't last, did it? Ford Lightning owner Tyler...
Bro, if you're buying a truck that's electric, your farts definitely do smell like latex. I don't see any reason why you'd buy anything with any towing capacity that's electric, bro.
Hoover. So I bought it and I put a Model A pickup truck on a trailer, aluminum trailer, very light, and just tried to tow it 30 or 40 miles up and back on a full battery. And it's in wintertime. It almost didn't make it, not even 100 miles, towing a very light load. And I just made a video talking about it and saying this doesn't make any sense for any kind of use for anybody using a truck. I remember. This is a big deal. The amount of news coverage that got. The facts that came out of that video are a real reason why this truck has not been successful. And it's the cold weather's especially bad on these because they don't do any kind of battery heating with them. I'm not surprised that this is happening, this is getting canceled. It seems like a niche use case. Even in California, I don't see that many of them.
Bro, people in California can barely even afford to eat. Everything's so expensive out there, bro. So expensive.
Buyer's remorse of a Tesla. I've owned two now. This is a Model 3, and we all
look like he my cousin with a forehead like that. What's up, brother, man?
Also have a Model Y. Let me tell you some buyer's remorse, some things I regret not knowing. Well, I had no idea how much it cost to install a charger.
Isn't it like 20 bands or something? It's really expensive. I think it's that much.
For my options at home, most people charge at home. If you can't, there's plenty of superchargers. The cost is going to vary depending on the distance away from your
no. I thought it was 20 bands for a brand new battery, but for at the crib, like getting the electric thing at the crib, I think it's like, 500,000 bucks.
Electrical box. And that is because the cabling that they use is expensive. And the further away you go from where you install the charger from the box, the higher the cost.
Okay, so I don't know how to...
And in chat, let me know, would you guys drive an electric vehicle? I drove a Tesla once. It was cool. The allure was nice. As far as like the, being able to do the self-driving, I mean, it was neat. It was neato crispito. I ain't gonna lie to you. It was cool. But at the same time, I don't know if I would ever buy one.
So this guy went to insure his Cybertruck and he was quoted $400 a month. And then he was told he was underquoted, and the person who underquoted him was fired, and it was actually supposed to be $800 a month. He was like, "You mean $800 for 6 months, right?" And State Farm said, "No, $800 per month, so you'll be paying $9,600 per year." Someone else chimed in and said Geico dropped their Cybertruck coverage completely, and now they're paying $600 a month with Progressive. Another person said that
Progressive is the worst. Chat, who do you guys got for insurance? I'm a State Farm guy myself. Geico was Progressive, trash.
Progressive refused to cover their full self-driving, which is like a $6,000 purchase in the event that their Cybertruck was totaled. A company called Hanover Insurance is dropping the Cybertruck completely, including for people that have had 0 accidents ever. They said that we are unable to adequately rate and underwrite this vehicle. Also, it looks like Geico is now refusing to cover the Cybertruck at all and has terminated all existing Cybertruck policies, saying it doesn't meet our underwriting guidelines.
Okay, so we'll go over to the comments.
That's insane. You can't even get coverage now?
Other one.
If anybody needs to be defluenced from buying an electric vehicle, let me tell you how much my tags are. I'll give you a second to guess. Whatever you guessed, probably wrong. $560. The electric vehicle tags cost more than the regular gas tags. It's because when you fill up your car with gas, embedded in the price of the gas is gas tax, and that tax goes towards the roads. So to make up for you driving your electric vehicle on roads without paying your fair share of gas tax, your plate renewals are much higher. Much higher.
And one of the big reasons
Wow, I did not know that. I had no clue.
Well, if you are like me, one of the suckers that bought an electric vehicle, well, bad news for you. The whole EV market has crashed. I lost nearly
Bro, I've been seeing these cars go for dirt cheap. I've been seeing these cars. Let's just look at a Tesla Model X for sale. Like they're not expensive anymore. Like they used to be. Let's just do new and pre-owned electrics here. We'll just try some and see what we got. New and pre-owned. This is on Tesla's website as well, so let's just see what they got. Okay, here we go. Estimated $5 a month or $500 a month financing, 35 grand. These look like these are brand new 2025s, 35 grand, 35 grand, 35 grand, 36 grand. Like dude, these are cheap. There's Mazdas that cost this much. You know what I'm saying? Like premium rear wheel drive. What's the most expensive? Let's just do by most expensive. Let's just see. Can we do that? New, finance, trim, paint, wheels, autopilot, pre-owned. Can I just look at what's the most expensive, dude? Can we just sort this by reduced by reduced by? Look at them all reduced. Look at even the 2026s are pretty cheap. 54 grand. Performance all-wheel drive, $800 a month. I mean that's pretty expensive for a $54,000 vehicle. But that's the most expensive one they got. Is 54 grand. At least on that website.
$40,000 on that car right there, and you might be in the same situation if you bought yourself an electric vehicle. Well, coming from the mouth of a guy that drove across the country in an electric vehicle, what happened is the infrastructure just isn't there. I have so many videos on that. That's not what this video is about. This car was worth a ton of money when I bought it. It's more expensive to buy an electric vehicle than
you should have bought a first edition Charizard. Probably had better resale value on that.
Internal combustion engine vehicle because it's more expensive to build a car like this. And unfortunately, it comes with a lot of headaches as well. Now, you don't have to go buy a premium vehicle. You get a Chevy Volt, which is an also electric car. Nevertheless, the charging infrastructure
But Chevy Volts look like D batteries. They look like somebody put wheels on a D battery and hit the road with it.
out of your own home is really, really difficult. And it's not as reliable as one would hope it had been, and it's not. And sadly, people are starting to realize that it's just less expensive to go buy myself a gas engine Audi than it is to go buy myself an electric Audi or an electric Chevy or an electric Ford. So much so that Toyota...
If I was buying electric, I would only buy Tesla. I'm not buying an electric Ford or an electric Toyota. I would only do Tesla.
said it themselves that they don't even want to build all electric cars. They go hybrid.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, true. I had a buddy that had a Prius, and his battery went out one time, and it was very expensive for him to get it replaced.
There is no used car market for EVs. We as salespeople, Tesla included, need to do a better job of explaining to people that when you buy an EV, you have to understand that the market on it, when you trade it in or try to sell it privately, is not going to be there. EVs are the only vehicles where what KBB is saying, what Edmunds is saying, what all of those online trade value things are saying is not real because they don't sell. A 5-year-old F-150 still has a 36-gallon tank. Doesn't work the same way for an EV. 5 years later, that battery might have lost 25% of its life. I get it. It goes against everything we were taught, but we really are shooting ourselves in the foot when they come back and try to trade it, and they're shocked that they're not even at half what they paid for the car 2 years later. You need to lease them and make it the dealership's problem.
So it does really.
Yes, yeah, I agree. But that's also why I lease. Chat, do you lease cars? Do you finance cars? I'm a big leaser. I'm a lease kind of guy. Chat, we got to talk, because the dating market's not the only thing that's rigged right now. I'm all about finding the cheat codes. How to win, stack resources, and how to protect your family while tuning out all the noise. But the big guys, the establishment, they're changing the rules mid-game, and nobody voted on it. They're pushing something called a central bank digital currency. Translation? Your bank account now has a permission slip. Think modern dating, but with money. Say the wrong thing, ghosted. Don't comply, account frozen. Another mandate drops, you say, nah, I'm good. Old system? Your choice. New system? Your funds are paused until you fall back in line. Post a meme they don't like? Your social credit score drops faster than a guy admitting he lives with his mom. Shots fired! Card declines at the grocery store, not because you're broke, but because you're non-compliant.
How about new?
They're trying to build a remote control for your life. Don't follow the script? They hit mute. So how do you not get played like a fiddle? You own offline assets. That's why I work with Genesis Gold Group. Physical gold can't be hacked, tracked, canceled, or deleted. You can actually hold it, and nobody can shut it off just because they're mad. You need Genesis Gold Group's Digital ID Doomsday Report. It breaks down how this surveillance system is being built, and how to move your retirement money out of the danger zone. Go to LeviGoldIRA.com to get that free report right now.
Ford Mach-E.
Yeah, because his wife was buried in this thing. They said they should have leased it.
Mach-E? What?
But
they bought it.
I told them, us as a dealership, we give you that information. I'm assuming they didn't tell you how this market usually plays out.
You never know. They might have. We've had a few people that have insisted on buying electric cars despite our pleading that they not. So this has got a bad Carfax. And so what are they on this?
Oh, it's bad. Oh, it's really bad.
How bad? This doesn't even have all-wheel drive?
Knocked off like a bunch for that.
Yeah, $1,500.
Current payoff, and this is what he gave me. We still have to pull it, but about 48 grand.
So he's like 31 grand upside down?
Yeah, right. They know they're 30K flip. They know it's a nightmare. But then I just reached out to him over the weekend and just said, hey, I don't know if you guys have thought about it lately, but with this promotion ending, I'd love to just give it another shot, see if it's something that works for you guys. So we're looking at potentially burying it into that EQE. I think they're going to just be willing to accept that their payment's going to go at least near $1,500 minimum.
Okay, we got a bit to say.
But I'll be honest though, chat, I love a Mercedes. I think Mercedes are great vehicles. I really do. I think they're fantastic vehicles.
Do not buy an electric car. I'm just going to vent a little bit right here. Electric cars are good for tooling around town, but forget going on any trips with these. It took us 8 hours on a 4-hour trip to get to Indianapolis. The things are broken. Charging stations are broken. We went to a charging station that was broken, so we're like, oh, we'll go to the next one, which was at a Nissan dealership, and buying a Nissan, they said you could charge at their places, but guess what? When we got to Nissan dealership, it was broken too. So where did I end up? At a Hyundai dealership. Charged there, did a fast charge. It took like 30 minutes, got it fully charged. We drove for, 120 miles, got to the next Hyundai dealership, got on the expressway again for about 120 miles. We get to the next location. Nissan here does not have a liquid-cooled battery. I didn't know that. No one told me that when I got this car. But they have an air-cooled battery. So that means if you do a fast charge and get on the expressway and heat that battery up, so eventually when you get to a next fast charger, it will not charge it fast at all. It's very hot. The battery's so hot it won't take the charge.
I feel like I could have told you that.
Wow, that's would have never thought about that.
Never
would have thought about
Back on the road in our EV. The first charging stop we have this morning, Electrify America is not working. Probably related to AWS being down. But it got me thinking, with all of this modern technology, we need conventional backups. These EV charging stations are all touchscreen, app connected. We need a conventional card reader, can swipe your...
What happened to the good old days when you just stick gas in the car and drive 600 miles? Boy, howdy. We used to have it good, didn't we, chat? Used to have it real good.
I don't know about you guys. It's going to take hell or high water for me to buy an electric vehicle.
I'm a good old boy at heart, man. I like gas. I like putting that gas in there. I like the smell of that gas, too. Maybe that's why I am the way I am now. It's because I like the smell of that gas. Ain't nothing better than some good gas, boy. I remember the first time I sniffed gas. I was a young boy. Maybe about 12 or 13 years old. Pulled up to that gas station with my grandpa. He whipped out that premium unleaded, and I said, ooh, Granddaddy, that's some good gas. I don't know what it is about that gas smell. I don't like it no more. I did as a kid, though. I'll tell you that. I sure did as a kid. I love that gas smell. Maybe that's why my forehead is so big.
Shots fired!
Maybe that's why I'm so...
Stupid.
I don't know. Loki, do you think that has anything to do with it? Whatever.
Card and get charging, get it back on the road. It's also why I will always keep a conventional gas car in my garage, even with how much I love EVs.
And there's another problem right there.
Well, bro, think about the apocalypse happens. Something goes down, you know, like Charlie Brown, and all you got is your fast charging Tesla. Bro, you ain't going nowhere. As soon as that charges up, you're cooked.
You did a deal with my wife after we went all through this stuff. She goes, that's the same guy that sold me my car.
I remember you guys. Yeah, of course.
I got a huge puzzle for you to solve, and I don't know if it's going to be solvable or not.
We'll see.
I bought a Genesis GV60. I love electric cars. I travel like 66 miles a day, and it's saving me a lot of money on gas. But I purchased it at the height. I just wanted to get the electric car because I was going through gas like nobody's business. Absolutely love it. It's just that the payment is out of control. It's $938 a month. It's been 3 years now, and it's like, all right, let me see if I can do anything. I do have a lot of miles on the car. The value
Bro, that's as much as a freaking house payment, bro. $1,000 a month?
in the car, even when I go to Carvana and that stuff, it looks like it's around 17, 18. I still owe 39 on the car. I spent all the money putting the electric outlet, but I don't need to have a fancy electric car. I need a commuter electric car if there's such a thing.
You're 20 grand upside down, essentially, right?
Yep.
That alone is a $550 payment. If we were to roll that into a new car lease, which is the only thing I'll recommend doing, how many years do you have left on your finance?
About 32 months.
All that to save money on...
Jesus. Yeah, all that to... Dude, I would just buy the gas.
Don't buy a new electric car. For 55 grand, Tesla Model 3 Performance has a killer 0 to 60 time. I don't think there's any other car in the market that can actually achieve that. But would you still buy the car if you knew that it's going to be worth 40% less within the first year? That's not the only example. I mean, we have Lucid Air Grand Touring. That's a $100,000 car brand new, and within 2 years, it's worth about half. The crazy thing is, a lot of times people would think, hey, you know what? If I buy a brand new car, I get a $7,500 rebate here, I get free charging for a few months, I get little trinkets here and there. But I think all of those free things that you get from the manufacturer is peanuts compared to the depreciation that you get within the first few years. You know, I gotta admit, for about $30,000 to have a car that can go 0 to 60 in under sub 3 seconds, it's a pretty good bargain, actually.
Now, I do want to say, whenever
and I don't know about you guys, chat, but let me know what you think. I see a lot of these Teslas on the road, bro. Even in Abilene, you go to the Target here, and dude, they have a supercharger at Target. So you know all these white suburban moms are loving it. We have Cybertrucks here, a lot of Teslas, Model Ys, Model S's. I don't think we have a ton of Model X's, which is the one I would want if I did get one, I'll be honest with you. Loki, free? Sit, shake, wait, free. But you see a lot more of them than you would think, especially in these small towns. At least for me, I never thought I'd see a ton of them in Abilene, but you really do. I've seen way more than I ever thought I would see. I'll be completely honest with you. So it's just wild to me that the depreciation goes, you know, so hard on these things. Which, you know, are we surprised? Who's really going, and where are all the used EVs at? It's like buying used phones. People don't buy used phones.
Charger Daytona EV with an average discount between $20,000 and $32,500. The Jaguar I-Pace currently $20,000 or more off MSRP. The Audi S e-tron currently over $20,000 off MSRP. The Lucid Air currently between $15,000 and $20,000 off MSRP. The Polestar 3 up to $18,000 off MSRP. The Volkswagen.
They're basically just handing these things out.
ID4 up to $17,400 off MSRP. The BMW i7 up to $16,000 off MSRP.
How are you going to get some German engineering and make it electric? Come on.
The GMC Hummer EV, both the pickup and the SUV, are up to $15,000 off MSRP.
I think, aren't those like $100 grand though? The Hummer EVs?
Kia EV6 up to $15,000 off of MSRP. The Genesis GV60 up to $14,500 off of MSRP.
Okay, so I'm just going to leave the video right.
What is that? Oh, was that a Mercedes?
Because we're only about halfway done, but that GV60 was the previous lots.
EV sales. I don't want to harp on this because we've talked about it before and we predicted this would happen. But the tax incentive for EVs ended at the end of last month. It ended at the end of September. Yep. The numbers are absolutely we all knew they would drop. Ioniq 6 sales were down 52%. That car is already a car that was selling pretty lowly. I read that Prologue sales were down 80%. Wow. 80. The Drive is reporting the following. Subaru Solterra in 25 was about to match its 24 sales total. Right up until October. They sold 10,000 units in 24, so 1,000 a month. I don't know, 800. Last month they sold 13. nationally.
13.
Wow.
So we are not in COVID time.
God, they're cooked.
This car has been on my lot for over a year, and I literally have no clue why we can't sell it. We've tried everything. We've knocked down the price, and I don't know what it is. This car behind me is a 2024 Hummer EV, and this thing is sick. I mean, just look at these wheels on this thing. All-terrain tires on here. I mean, the car looks great. I don't know what there isn't to like. A lot of great badging on it. You got the Hummer badging, and you also have the American flag up here. I mean, what's more American than an EV? This thing's got over 625 horsepower.
What's more American than an EV? Brother, are you dumb?
Stupid.
American muscle is straight gasoline. That's that gas. That's what American is, not EV.
To keep it real, I think I'm over this EV. I just got off work. Been at work since 5 this morning. Well, 6 this morning. I have to now detour to charge this dumb shit.
That would be the most annoying thing, getting off of work and then having to go charge your car.
This is your sign to not get a piece of electric car. Do not get an electric car, especially this piece of Kia here.
Bro, Kias are trash anyways.
And everything. I hope y'all see this.
Kias be selling cars for $13 and a pack of peanuts. Like, come on. You got to know a Kia's not worth the value. Come on.
Because I'm on 2%, battery low.
Bro,
went to these because you got to go to a specific location.
You're absolutely
for your. You can't just go to everyone. And Tesla got all the ones all up and down the place, but you can't go to one. Now I come to this garage, and then the garage is private, and it's in this garage, and it says it's private. The next one is about 6 miles away, and here I am on 4 miles.
You're not going nowhere, brother, man. All right, let's switch gears. So if you guys would, please go subscribe to the Clips channel. I'm going to pull it up on the screen here. I'm having some help with this channel with Jack Morgan. Shout out to Jack Morgan. He's helping your boy. But please go subscribe to this Levi Nichs Clips channel. I'll put it in the chat. So we've got some videos up. We'll be posting some of the older videos and just some clips that we're at the end of the video, so sometimes you guys don't watch all the way through, which is cool. I don't watch 30-minute videos either. Maybe if I'm really want to just sit there and watch it through. So I understand. I maybe get 10 to 15 minutes average watch time. So go through there. Please subscribe to that channel, please. Let's jump onto the Twitter, see what we got. See if I got any good clips for you guys. Let's see what we have. What is this? My son's wedding entrance. What the fart is going on here? Okay. Doors open. Okay. What is this? I walk in wearing a white dress and outshine the bride without even trying. What? Are you kidding me? The little female my son is supposed to marry walks in? Okay. My perfect baby boy walks in. Chat, I'm sorry. You guys can't even see this, dude. I'm sorry, chat. One sec. Y'all know I'm not a professional. All right, I'll run that back, Turbo. I'll run that back. My bad, chat. Okay, let's see here. Son's wedding entrance, doors open. I walk in wearing a white dress and outshine the bride without even trying. Brother. Little female my son is supposed to marry walks in. My perfect baby boy walks in. Okay. He spots me and runs across the room to pick me up and twirl me. What? The entire room cheers. What? Throw a glass of red wine all over her dress and smash her face in the wedding cake. What? At the wedding guests join and throw tomatoes at her. Okay. Is this woman serious? This is some incestual stuff right here. What? This is some incestual things. Man approached a married woman and asked her, why don't she got her wedding ring on? She responded, I'm on vacation. Why do I need to wear a ring on vacation? Oh my God.
She's a runner, she's a track star.
What's your name?
Huh?
What's your name?
I'm Jazz.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
Dior.
you.
Where you from?
I'm from Texas.
Texas?
Yeah.
What part? Houston?
Hell no.
Hell no. You said hell no. You don't like Houston?
I'm just not from Houston.
Ooh, she got her big back friend there too.
Big back, big back.
Look at her friend just staring off at the distance, knowing to mind her business.
You look amazing.
Oh, thank you.
You live out here?
Huh?
You live out here?
No, with my sister.
You have Instagram I can get?
I can't. My
Why?
husband will whoop my ass. I'm married.
You got a husband?
I'm married.
Where your ring at?
Huh?
Where your ring
I
at?
took it off. I don't need to wear it.
You took it off.
I took it off.
Why you took your ring off?
I'm on vacation. Why do I need to wear a ring on vacation?
Wow. Why do I need to wear a ring on vacation? Unreal, bro. Oh my God! That's why I say you can only take the woman out the streets. You can't take the streets out the woman, brother man. All right, what do we got here? Just ask a white liberal college student.
Guys, did you know that white liberal college student knows more about Islam than an individual that had to escape the Islamic Revolution in Iran and come to America? And did you know that white liberal college student knows more about communism than an individual who was born in a communist country like me and whose family was prosecuted by the communists? Oh my God, these people are so knowledgeable. And did you know that white liberal college student knows more about the European healthcare system than an individual who was raised there, who has a citizenship, who went to school there and contributed to taxes and actually went to a doctor's in Europe? Me. I mean, these people, it's really incredible. I mean, who cares about my babushka who was put into Stalin's camps at 10 years old and starving? Because there's nothing that the white liberal college student doesn't know.
That's good. That's good, bro. That's good. No, she crushed that. She crushed that. Oh my God. All right, here we go. So this woman says, no one talks about how hard it is to be unattractive.
Big back, big back. I feel like I haven't seen anyone on this app talk about how hard it is to be unattractive. Like, being unattractive is so depressing. Like, that's the only way I can describe it. It's just really...
I'm gonna keep it a thou though, honey. If you lost 50, 60 pounds, you would look a little more pretty. Not a lot of guys, I mean, there's guys out there that are cool with the BBWs, but like a lot of men don't want to marry a BBW. If I can't pick you up, I want to marry you.
Depressing. Like, for me, I feel like being unattractive has made my self-esteem, like, really low. It's made my self-worth really low. I don't get as many opportunities as other people get. And then just like the whole relationship.
But the thing is, dude, she's crying. I don't feel bad for her, bro. I really don't. You want to know why? You want to know why? You think being an unattractive woman is hard? Try being an unattractive man. Try that. It's even worse. Guys will at least approach you and say something to you. It might not be the caliber of guy that you really want, but guys, when you're unattractive as a guy, guess what? It's a ghost town. Tumbleweed. Dirt. It's women aren't going to approach you at all. This woman more than likely has guys approaching her, but more than likely it's not the guys that she really, really wants. And that's why she's alone. You know, it's so hard to feel bad for these women because she already has such an advantage. And she doesn't even realize it. Like, try being an ugly guy. Try that. Try being just a dude. Try being an average guy, not an ugly guy. Try being an average guy. You'll get humbled real quick. So the title of this one, I thought this was interesting. Let's look at some point we have to at some point we have to face the truth. Woke exploded because of white liberal women.
But I am saying that
Sorry, it's too loud. Let me turn it down, chat.
feminization has caused one specific particular problem, and that is wokeness. Like a lot of people, I was baffled by the woke phenomenon. Why did everyone seemingly go crazy all at once in the summer of 2020? It was inexplicable. It seemed to be mass hysteria, genuinely. And
well, it's just the SJW stuff. It's like the virtue signaling that they want to play like a moral hierarchy to say that they're better than you just because they're like, I'm looking out for people that aren't as privileged.
the more I thought about what caused it, which is a very important question because if we know what causes it, we know how to prevent it from happening in the future. I read an article that someone else wrote that put forward a really simple, elegant thesis, which is that wokeness is simply feminine patterns of behavior applied to institutions where women had not been very well represented until recently. Women tend to be more consensus-focused, consensus-oriented. Men, when they're approaching a moral question, will ask, what are the facts? What are the rules? Whereas women will say, what are the relationships at play here? How can we make everybody happy? How can we reach an outcome that...
Yeah, see the egalitarian stuff, dude. Everybody needs to be equal. We all just need to be equal, okay? We shouldn't fight. You shouldn't have more power than me. Everyone should be... And nothing ever gets done when there's an egalitarian system.
that will satisfy all the parties, as opposed to the male perspective of how do we reach an outcome that is just and according to the rules. That sounded a lot like wokeness to me. And the sort of piece that made it all click into place for me was the coincidence of timing. It is the case, just we can all agree as a matter of fact, that a lot of institutions that went woke or were affected by wokeness became demographically female in the last 5 years. Law schools in America turned majority female in 2016, and they've gotten a little bit more female every year since then. I think now it stands at 55, 56%. The New York Times became majority female in its workforce in 2018, which is maybe why it was so susceptible to the fads of wokeness and the internal policing and the Slack revolts that took place internally over there. Medical schools are now majority female. The white-collar workforce overall, employees in the United States with college degrees, a majority of them are women. And managers, management positions in the U.S. workforce, 46% female, so almost majority female. So the fact that all of these institutions tipped over to being majority female around the same time that wokeness emerged seemed to me that couldn't possibly be a coincidence. And one of the most consistent psychological differences between men and women is women have a strong impulse of caring, right? Which is exactly, I mean, I'm not somebody who looks to evolutionary biology for the solutions to all human phenomena, but this particular one does seem glaringly Darwinian, right? That women see helpless things and they want to take care of them. That is definitely something that Darwin would find a pretty easy explanation for. But that's also something that wokeness can easily weaponize. It means that if you can frame your political issue as a way of caring for some helpless class, then you're golden, right?
Exactly. And then you always have the moral hierarchy because you say, I'm better than you because I care more. That's the feminization of society, and that's what happens. That's what's happening right now. We're seeing it in droves. We're seeing it in droves. So many women are doing this, you know, and it's exhausting. It really is exhausting because, like, I don't know about you guys. I was born and raised in Texas. I was born and raised poor. It's like things are just black and white for me. I don't live in the gray. Either I stand for it or I stand against it. I'm not like a wishy-washy. Well, I don't know. I really need to know all the facts about this. I just don't. No, it's either I'm for it or against it, bro. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. And I don't know. It's hard for me. It's hard for me to see this and say it's going to be a good thing. You know, I don't think it's going to be a good thing in 5 to 10 years. Because like now it's going to be like young men are doing it. I got a buddy who's super liberal and he's like a feminist and, you know, got a vasectomy, cut his nuts off, doesn't have any kids, but got married. My whole thing is like, if you're going to get married and have a wife, you should probably start a family. But if you're getting married and going to have a wife, if you're really a feminist, if you're really, you know, about the system, you should change your name to her last name. Like, bro, be all about it. Really fight those gender norms, you know? Like, you don't get to pick and choose. But it's the virtue signaling. Like, I wrote it down. Caleb Hammer had a good quote about it. I wrote it down. Let me see if I can't find it really quick. Where was this at, dude? Where was this at, dude? I wrote it down, dude. Performative virtue signaling victims. They're like professional performative virtue signaling victims. Everything has got to be like, I'm virtue signaling. I'm better than you because I care more. And like the real world isn't like that, but we're seeing this in the workforce, and there's more women in the workforce now, and so now all their workforces are turning more woke, and when you go woke, you go broke. But I think companies, I'm planning on, once the year kind of we get a little bit further on in the year, I'm gonna do a video about why companies are like not hiring women anymore, because production's not getting any better. The wokeness is getting worse. We're having to do more office parties to keep everybody happy, and nothing's getting done because all these middle management positions that women hold are all BS anyways. And when a company starts trimming the fat, middle management's the first one to go. So that's just my opinion. Ain't that right, Lokes? Such a good boy he is. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. It was good to have you guys out, man. Until next time. Peace.